need a really fast dinner, and I know that you all enjoy these ones as well. So this one is my chicken, bacon and tomato spaghetti. You can use different types of pasta in this recipe as well, but it's a really good, quick, fast, midweek family dinner. We've been rushing around, we're going away this weekend, which is really exciting. But yeah, I need something really super fast and easy. I've got to go and pick up the boys some pizza from Domino's because that's what they wanted. It's my son's birthday, so couldn't say no to that, could I really? So I'm literally gonna set this to pressure cook, and then when I get back, it should have done, the release will be done and dinner will be served. I hope you like the look of this recipe, and if you do, don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're new to my channel as well. It'd be really very much appreciated. My chicken, bacon and tomato spaghetti is really easy. You can use different pasta if you prefer. It doesn't have to be spaghetti in this. My spaghetti I normally cook for 4 minutes. If I use something like penne, I normally go for around 6 minutes. To start off with, I've got a little bit of spray oil in the bottom there. And I am going to brown off my bacon and chicken. So I'm making this for 2 people tonight. And I've got 4 rashers of bacon. And I have got probably 1.5 chicken breasts. You can definitely use 2. It's just what I had. So let's just brown that off. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper actually in at this stage. I'm not going to add any salt because bacon is quite salty already. So simple start, and then we'll move on in a moment and I'll come back when we've got a bit of colour. Starting to get a tiny bit of colour and the fat is rendering down on the bacon. So I'm ready to go in with some garlic. You can use a couple of garlic cloves or you can use some garlic granules. I'm going to use some granules this evening, and I'm also going to be putting in some paprika. Let's just give that another stir. Oh yeah, it's taken on all that flavour. Lovely, look at that. That smells nice as well. This is optional, but if you do like a little bit of heat, add in a few dried chili flakes, or of course some fresh chili if you prefer. It really is as simple as that. Now, I'm not going to be putting any onion in here this evening, but you can definitely put onion in as a base. Nice to go in with the bacon and the chicken, and just give that a bit of colour. Mushrooms also work well in this type of dish. I think we are done with that. So I've turned off the sear and saute, and into there I'm going to add my chopped tomatoes, and then you can choose to just use some water or some stock. Obviously stock's going to give you a little bit more flavour, and as always it looks like quite a lot of liquid. But we need enough liquid to be able to come to pressure and cook our pasta. So as I said earlier, I'm going to be using some spaghetti. You can most definitely, or if I can crack this in half, you most definitely can use something like penne or any really pasta that you want to put into this. You just need to consider the cook time. So for spaghetti, I generally go with 4 minutes, and I find that that is just right how we like our spaghetti. But you can go for longer on something like penne, so around 6 minutes is my normal recommendation. So all I'm doing is just pushing that into the liquid, just so it's more or less sort of starting to cover it. It's still going to be able to cook really nicely. And I always leave my chicken, bacon and whatever I've got, any meat that I've got, right in the bottom. Never stir it fully, because if not, I do find that you get that residue and that stick on the bottom of the pot. Doing it this way, you won't get that. So now all that's left to do is to get it onto pressure cook. So make sure your valve is on seal. Slide over to your pressure option. I want a quick release because I don't want the pasta to overcook. I'm doing it on high and just 4 minutes. Pressure has been released and we can now open the lid. Let's have a little look. Oh, look at this. It always looks a tiny bit watery when you first open it, but I find if you give it a good stir with spaghetti, then it soon breaks up, because sometimes the bits do clump together slightly. And look at that. So the tomatoes I used did have some chunky bits of cherry tomato in there as well, which is really nice in this dish. If you do want to thicken your sauce up more, you know, you can always put it onto sear and saute, but I quite like this to be fairly saucy. And if you close the lid and just leave it for a few minutes, it does thicken up slightly as well. So that is perfect for me. I'm going to go and serve up. So this is just right for two of us this evening. I'm going to add some Parmesan over the top. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, quick, easy dinner, no effort whatsoever. So for two of us, I used 160 grams of spaghetti, 350 millilitres of tomatoes, and then also 300 ml of water. One of the things I love so much about pressure cooking my pasta is the chicken is so tender and delicious. Look at that. It is super yummy. Oh, it's great. 4 minutes is just right for me with my spaghetti.